queer books that don't look queer. It says Kiss the Prince. Obviously it's straight, and it's a Sleeping Beauty retelling, and we've all seen Sleeping Beauty. It's straight. This girl sees people breaking into school and she's like, well, not my problem to fix. And that's all there is to this book. There are a million Cinderella retellings out there, and is any of them gay? No. So why would this be the exception? Like, it's obviously not gonna be Sapphic. And then we have the Chandler Legacies, a friend group at a boarding school. And it's not a Mulan Sapphic retelling. It's absolutely not. This is clearly a straight high school romance based on Grease. It's a Grease retelling, but not a queer Grease retelling. And the author also never writes queer books, like only straight books. So
LGBTQ plus book suggestions: God tier gay, non-binary, gay, trans, gay, sapphic, gay, sapphic, gay, sapphic, and sapphic.
Next. Hi, I'd like a book recommendation. Sure, what are you looking for? Something gay. That's it. Just something gay. Yeah, I want something gay. Okay, so do you want gay graphic novel? We can do gay horror, gay fantasy, gay time travel. We can do gay romance, gay poly romance. Actually, I didn't think it this far out. Obviously, but you can't come walking in here asking just for a gay book. Do you want them to be enemies turned lovers? Do you want it to be a found family? Do you want trans stories? How gay do you actually want this? I don't know. All right, let's just both take a deep breath. Okay, YA or adult? YA. All right, do you want a happy gay book or a sad gay book? We could also do academic rivals to lovers. We can do a gay sports romance. Wait, you can do YA gay sports romance? I thought you might like this one. Now take it and get out of here. Next.
Oh boy, I can give you some recommendations. Okay, starting off with like easily my favorite Sapphic series, Delilah Green Doesn't Care, followed by Ashton Parker Doesn't Fail. These two books are part of a 3-book series. The third book is coming out in October of this year. It's called Iris Kelly Doesn't Date. If you want to read a Hallmark movie that just happens to have lesbian spice in it, these are for you. I enjoyed Ashton Parker a little bit better just because I like resonated with the character more, and I just like liked this dynamic that the second couple had. But you can also see how many times I've read this book because she is beat the fuck up. Love, could not recommend this series enough to a fellow Sapphic who wants to read books that have Sapphic spice in them. Okay, the next series I'm a little less passionate about, but I still like it. It's Count Your Lucky Stars and Written in the Stars. I'm gonna be so honest with you. I have read this one. I have not read this one. I need to read this one, and I'm pretty sure this one is actually set before the one I've already read, but this one was spicy. I appreciated the spicy dialogue in this one. It was chef's kiss. I gobbled it up. Again, this is out of a 3-book series. I probably won't read the third book because I'm pretty sure that one focuses on a hetero couple, and I'm not reading a hetero couple get it on. That's disgusting. Okay, next. These are not part of a series. They are not connected to each other. They just have the same author. Jesus. Something to Talk About and Mistakes Were Made. These two are like on the opposite end of the spectrum for me because this one has very, very little spice. You get edged so many times seeing that they're gonna kiss, and you have to read the whole book for the payoff. I liked the storyline and the premise, but it was so hard for me to get through the book because this character annoyed me so much. I don't know what it was about her. I just found her so annoying. Okay, next, Mistakes Were Made. This one is not like the one I just mentioned. This one has non-stop spice. If you need to be entertained every chapter in order to read a book, this one is for you. This one is corn. It's a really good book, but it's corn. Beware though, this one also does have an age gap, which at some points even made me feel icky, and like I don't have anything against age gaps, so just like prefacing that. It is a good book though. And the book I'm currently reading is How to Excavate a Heart. Oh my god, I can't. Let me move my Gretchen bookmark that my girlfriend made for me. How to Excavate a Heart. I don't know if this is supposed to be spicy, but so far it's really cute and I really like it.
If you have a Six of Crows shaped hole in your heart after finishing the second season of Shadow and Bone, here are some niche book recommendations to help fill that. If you want the heist dynamic, let me recommend The Gilded Wolves by Roshni Chokshi, which is another diverse cast going after an impossible magical artifact, except this time it's in France in the 1800s. If you want the romantic tension of Kaz and Inej, I'd recommend The Falconer by Elizabeth May, where we're hunting fairies in Edinburgh and we have a stoic yet very handsome fae mentor that we can't live without. If you want a contemporary example of running crimes, then I'd recommend Aces Wild by Amanda DeWitt, where a all-ace cast of characters has to go after a rival mafia casino owner to get blackmail on their family. If you wish Six of Crows was Sapphic but also set in space, let me recommend Seven Devils by Laura Lamb and Elizabeth May, where this is a fast-paced sci-fi where we are taking down the galactic government and everybody's gay.
Buckle up, there are a lot of new queer books coming out this upcoming week. If you could only pick one, which one will it be? The tagline for this one says it's a queer romance, a love letter to New York, a fake boyfriend, opposites attract, and a vintage convertible full of elderly drag queens. Sounds like a hoot. Broken Hearts and Zombie Parts is one of the best book titles I've seen in a while, and two, a funny gay YA romance about body image, self-acceptance, and falling in love, all while filming a low-budget zombie flick. An adult fantasy monster retelling of Alice in Wonderland. Check Goodreads for a ton of content warnings. A romantic, heartfelt, queer coming-of-age story about two servers who find a connection when working together. A gothic Victorian vampire romance about the lengths two women will go to secure a love that cannot die. Victor is cut off from his family's fortune and starts a new life at a boarding house with his spinster aunt. There, he stumbles upon a magical pen with powers of persuasion and a reserved, alluring art student, both named Julian and Julie. This queer adult graphic novel follows Leon, and when his camera breaks, he is forced to borrow a used one from his mother's antique store. As he snaps the first picture, the ghost of the camera's former owner is released, and the two are inexplicably linked. A thriller/horror murder mystery about a group of YouTuber friends who decide to wind down their channel with a final venture into an infamous murder house. When the lives of two parents are tragically taken from 7 children, the oldest convinces the judge to give her temporary custody so they can remain in their home. A story of humor and heartbreak where a non-binary person is navigating a binary world. This is a YA fantasy with bi and trans MCs. The story is about owning your power and becoming who you really are, no matter the cost. The Haunting of Bly Manor meets House of Salt and Sorrows. An aspiring chef starts fake dating a handsome new customer who comes from a world of pomp, privilege, and crazy rich drama. This is deemed to be Heartstopper meets Crazy Rich Asians, and I'm totally here for it. An anthology of fantasy literature for fans of trans and gender non-conforming stories. A young woman embarks on a 10-day getaway with her partner and 2 other queer couples. A non-binary middle schooler saves a dog from bullies and is offered the chance to become the Dog Knight, protector of a magical pact between humans and dog.
I got this comment asking for MLM, adult fantasy, and I have a lot of recommendations, so I'm going to break it down into like niche genres, but here you go. If you are looking for fae romance, here's some recommendations. Prince of the Sorrows and Lord of Silver Ashes is my favourite fantasy series to ever exist. It's a fae romance, enemies to lovers, forbidden romance, amazing. Absolutely go read this one. Another fae romance which is a retelling is King of Immortal Type. I recommend anything Ben does. The Fairy Hounds of York is less fae in the romance aspect, but a really good book, and it's more like horror vibes, but it's still gay, so. And Mortal Skin by Lily Mayne is also a really good fae series. Book Prince trilogy is between an elf and an orc, and it is like an arranged marriage. If you are looking for vampires, I recommend Lord of Eternal Night and Lore of Lust, and How to Bite Your Neighbour and Win a Wager, and Bite Me, You Know I Like It. If you're looking for more magic based, A Marvelous Light and The Binding, but I think this author might be problematic, so I'd get this second hand. Another magic one is The Starless Sea, which is one of my favourite books. If you're looking for more demons, angels, monsters, that's kind of my specialty, so here's another few recommendations. The Bayou, Angels Before Man, because I can't go one video without talking about it. Monster series by Lily Mayne, Exodus 23, Summer Sons, and that's it for recommendations. So I think I gave quite a lot of recommendations, but if you have any more, leave them in the comments, because there is so many good MLM adult fantasy books. So don't think they don't exist, because you just need to know where to look, because there is so many. So yeah, have fun with these.